Hello. This is Keishan. I am your human resource. I help people see the possibilities in what they think is impossible. I am disrupting HR, disrupting leadership, and disrupting you tonight. I am just sharing real quick. Yesterday, I talked about leadership. I quit my job, wrote a book. Now what? So I am reflecting on my time as an adjunct professor who taught leadership. And I mentioned what some good qualities of leadership looks like. And so that looks like empathy, it looks like listening, it looks like caring, it looks like valuing employees, it looks like speaking to them and not avoiding them. And so I guess on the flip side of that, I gave the example of Rich DeVos, who is the co-founder of Amway Corporation. And I worked at the corporate headquarters in Ada, Michigan. And when I worked there, I occasionally would see him roaming the halls. Now, granted, at this point, the organization had reached multi-billion dollar status. And in his humility and his servant leadership, he made it a point when he was out and about, he spoke to people and said, "Thank you." I gave the example of an organization or a couple of organizations where I worked. They weren't multi-billion dollar organizations, but they were led by, and I don't know if this makes a difference or not. I don't know. It's just an observation by two females. And I remember on occasions, now both organizations had less than 50 employees. And I remember asking for a conversation and was denied on multiple occasions. And so I just look at the servant leadership of Rich DeVos, who had reached billion dollar status, who was willingly speaking to people, hearing them, having conversations, conversing with them, who owns a multi-billion dollar organization. And these smaller organizations happen to be run by females. Again, I'm just speaking facts. There's no perceived interpretation other than the facts. That's what my experience is. And they would not have those conversations and speak to me in particular. And maybe it was just me. I don't know. At this point, it doesn't really matter, but it's just an observation. So we talked about leadership, and there was a situation. I was at a meeting today with a gentleman, and we were at a local bakery. There was this child sitting in the middle of the floor who was screaming and yelling, being very disruptive to the point that many people were staring. My question was, why won't the parents stop the behavior? Because remember, parents are leaders as well. You have people who are leaders in title, people who demonstrate leadership qualities, and you have parents who have children or who are guardians of children. Even in schools, you have teachers, they are the leader within that classroom, who will allow and what's the right word I'm looking for? Condone would be appropriate. Condone the behavior that was being demonstrated. I'm all about allowing children to grow into who they are. However, there comes a point in time where you, as the authority figure, you as the leader, you as the parent, you as the guardian, you have to take control and be the authority figure in that situation. It is unfair to people who are on planes, people who are on the subway, people who are in restaurants, who are trying to enjoy themselves, and you allow the behavior to continue. It is not up to the rest of the world to conform around the disruptive behavior of a child. It is up to that parent to take authority over that. Now, if you choose to parent that child and allow them that allow them to demonstrate that behavior at home, that's something different. However, the world does not revolve around that child. And if it continues, the behavior will, who knows what it will look like when that child becomes an adult. Another situation that I talked about was the two women CEOs or owners of companies who did not have the same, demonstrate the same leadership qualities that Mr. Rich DeVos demonstrated, that I witnessed and that I experienced in those situations. So the question is, what are good qualities of leaders? What are some bad qualities of leaders? Regardless to if you are in a leadership role or not. And again, some people are leaders by title only. So you have to be able to know the difference and discern that as well. Because you may have somebody who's in the title of a position, but they don't possess the leadership skills to be successful. And it's evident by high turnover. It's evident by toxic work environments. It's evident by in a slow growth. Slow growth. Some growth within organizations are because of the nature of the industry, and some grow quickly and others don't. So just think about that. I just wanted to share. I, of course, will be back sharing more. Again, my name is Keishan. I am your human resource. I help people see the possibilities in what they think is impossible. I am disrupting HR. I am disrupting leadership. And I hope that this disrupted you. Take care. God bless.